Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to share with you how to make a really simple, easy, delicious, but beautiful citrus pavlova. I've made pavlova here a couple of times, so it's not going to be that much of a difference, but I feel like I wanted to share this with you because if you are a citrus lover like I am, and if you are a pavlova lover like I and Joe is, my husband, loves it, then I feel like this is perfect, and it's a real showstopper of a dessert. It's something a little bit different. So if you've got like a birthday or a celebration of some sort, or a regular Tuesday night in my opinion, then you can make this. So let me run you through the list of ingredients you'll need for the pavlova base, and then I'll show you the rest of the stuff that you'll need, which is not very many, but I'll walk you through all of it. You'll need egg whites at room temperature, a little bit of cream of tartar just to stabilize the egg whites. I've got white wine vinegar, cornstarch, sugar, and a little small pinch of salt, and some vanilla extract. Now I've got my oven preheated to 275, not 375. And what I have here is a sheet of parchment paper. You always know when Laura cuts the parchment paper, do you not? It is art. It is amazing. I don't know why I can never get it straight. And all I've done is I've just traced a 8-inch, the bottom of an 8-inch baking pan with just a pencil. And then what you do is, because you just want to make sure you have the right shape, I just flip it over so that your meringue is not actually touching the pencil, but you can see it through. That's how I always get the right size. Otherwise, it'll be too big, too small. You don't want any of that. So I'm going to make this with a handheld electric whisk, simply because my mixer, my standing mixer, is a little bit big. It's not the tilt head kind. Its tilt head is upstairs and I don't want to go get it. So this works a lot easier for me. I'm going to start with whisking the egg whites until they develop really frothy light peaks. I'll show you what it looks like when it's there. So this is the point where you start adding your sugar a little bit at a time. And you're going to continue to whisk until it becomes really lovely and glossy, and it'll look like an edible cloud, I promise. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's there, but it's important that your sugar has dissolved, and I'll show you a good trick to figuring that out once we get it there. That looks great. Save this just for a second. Now, you'll know you're at the right stage where if you touch the meringue and you sort of rub it between your fingers, if you're using regular granulated sugar like I am, it'll feel slightly grainy, but not like really coarse like if you were to just have had added sugar. If you're using super fine sugar, then at this point you should be able to not feel a grain at all, any graininess at all. I don't keep super fine sugar on hand because I never use it. So I use regular granulated sugar, and if you just wait until it's at the point where you can still slightly feel it, but not that much, then you're at the right spot. Now you take your beaters, right, because I want this parchment to stick, and I pop some of that, oopsie daisy, and now when I put my meringue down, it won't move around. Now let's turn meringue into pavlova. That's when you'll need your white wine vinegar. Balsamic works good too. Cornstarch. Like I said, this is what turns a meringue into a pavlova. It's what gives it that marshmallow-like interior. Small splash of vanilla. And now you're going to just fold all of this in using a rubber spatula. Pop your meringue right into that center. And this will expand a little bit as it bakes, so have no fear. So I'll show you the next step, which is pretty easy, but kind of important. You want the sides of your meringue to be quite tall, so kind of run your spatula around, make a small well in the center. You don't want like a hole in the center, but just kind of help yourself get a border. This is going to go into your preheated oven at 275 for an hour, and then you're going to turn the oven off and you're going to let it continue to just cool completely in the oven with the door turned off, with the door closed and the oven turned off. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's all cooled. So my pavlova base was in the oven for an hour. Turn the oven off, let it cool in there completely. Now, yes, your pavlova base will crack, but it's it's gonna do that. And then for me, it cracked just a little bit more when I went to take it off of the baking sheet, just because I didn't have a spatula that was long enough. So just be careful, but really the outside is going to be dried and sort of that really paper thin wafer-like texture, but and the inside is that perfect marshmallow-like interior. So what I have here is some lemon curd. This is my 5-minute microwave lemon curd. I have an entire video on this, and it is spectacular. It's easy to keep on hand. And what I do, because I don't... Yes, my love. Yes, you are cooking. Because I don't want to spread it out so that it cracks my pavlova even more. Good job. I just take 2 spoons. Good. And about 3/4 of a cup of the lemon curd, and you just dollop this all around. Good job. Good job. You dollop that all around, and what I have here are some oranges. I've got 2 different kinds of oranges, and what I've done was I just cut off I peeled the orange using a sharp knife to kind of get rid of all the membranes and everything, and then I sliced them into thick slices, placed it on a aluminum foil lined baking sheet, sprinkled a little bit of brown sugar on the top, and just popped it under the broiler long enough to melt the sugar. It's easy and simple. Good job. And now I've got some whipped cream here. This is just some heavy cream that I have whipped, not sweetened, because the lemon curd is quite sweet. So I just kind of wanted to have a balance, and I kind of add that right to the center. And if you've never had a pavlova before, you really are missing out, because it's got the most incredible texture, and then depending on what you top it with, it gives it that balance of tartness and sweetness. Yes, my love. You want to put the oranges on top for me? The orange? Let's put oranges on top. You want to help me? And these kind of slump down a little bit as you put them in. Thank you! As you warm them up. And they're just fabulous. And if you've never done this before, it's even great over ice cream, over a sorbet, over anything really. And just get that whipped cream to kind of fall a little bit. You don't want to whip it to really stiff peaks. Just put a little powdered sugar around the edge because it kind of sticks onto the mint. And that is gorgeous. You know, I'm going to take a photo before I cut into it so it looks nice for you when you see it in your subscription box. Ready for a photo? Take a photo? She does not like to get dirty at all. Yeah. You are cooking. Can I go take a photo? You want to come? Let's go. Let's go. Look at that. That is perfect. Do not let my mistake of manhandling the pavlova. The outside, the corner will crack a bit, but it doesn't matter. It's perfect. You've got that interior that literally has the texture of a delicious homemade marshmallow. You got your lemon curd, your soft whipped cream, your sweetened citrus. I mean, it's phenomenal. If you like grapefruit, go ahead and add grapefruit when you're doing the oranges. If you know me, you know I don't like grapefruit unless it's got tons of sugar on it. But it's literally the most perfect thing in the world. And I actually made this a few nights ago for something. I can't even remember what it was. And we ate the entire base just with the lemon curd. It was that delicious. Oh my word. Oh my goodness. The citrus and the lemon. I'm trying to break up this orange. As my daughter would say, it's an orange. The citrus. All of it. It's a match made in food heaven, and you would love it. Go to laurainthekitchen.com. Look at this. Look how embarrassing I am. laurainthekitchen.com. Get the written recipe. I hope you enjoy spending time with me. Now we'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much.